Hello everyone. If you hear some sound in the background, is the wind. Anyway, hopefully I will have published the previous video in which I was talking about starting this new business, which is a consultancy, and I've been working this past week into basically designing the base of the product. I have the idea, the framework of what I want to do with this consultancy, which has two legs. One is teaching and workshops at university and congress and associations about what it is to be a freelance journalist from my experience, which again, I am not aiming to be deemed as an expert with a decade of experience, but I think I have something to add and is something of value. And that is one thing. I approached someone from my master's university to see if they would be interested, and they said yes, but they said like you have to come up with a proposal already. And these last 2 weeks what I've been doing is I've been drafting that proposal. Well, first I actually draft internal blueprint, because I was like, I have so many information and so much knowledge and that I want to say to the people in a workshop that I don't know if it's gonna be 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours. So what it would be an ideal basic workshop for me, and that was my internal blueprint. And with that blueprint I was able to make a proposal of that let's say workshop, and I'm just kind of waiting to the people I emailed to say we are interested or we are not interested and tell us more, because I have a second proposal which is more extended, so they know what is, well, you know, like in the same way when you go to university and you have a module, but what the module is gonna cover, I have a proposal with that, because obviously I'm dealing with teachers and with professors at university level, and I want to make sure that they kind of understand what I'm giving to their students. So currently waiting for 2 people. One of them, she already was her initiative to tell me, but I was in London and she said, you know, they pay for the workshop and they pay for the transport, but they don't cover flights. And now I'm not in London, in the UK anymore, and so I'm send the proposal, but it's gonna take maybe a bit more of time until she move it. But once she move it, I can, you know, just go straight away, you know, pick a train and just go. And the second thing is, again, my teacher was my thesis director for my master's, which was my warm lead into the university. And we have actually a video call last week. It was phenomenal. He actually told me that the workshop could fit in like 2-3 different places within my region in a specific congress, and then he actually put me in touch with another former student of the university who is in another university and who could be possibly interested in having that same workshop in that university. So I finished that video call with like, wow, like a lot of potential. Last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, I have been working on the other side of the business, which is more developing a product for experts and content creators and solopreneurs. I realized on Monday that if I wouldn't have done first the blueprint and the guidelines for the site for the journalists, if I wouldn't have done that first, I wouldn't have been able to do this the other side of the coin, this other side, which is consultancy. And that's what I've been doing Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'm really happy because I'm taking it, I'm also working first in a blueprint, you know, and then from the blueprint I will distillate distillate a proposal. But for me, it's with this consultancy. It's a consultancy slash service. Well, I mean, consultancy is a service slash product, because they are gonna. The idea is that at the end of the consultancy sessions, they come up with a map and a system that they can check and review every 3-6 months, and they can do by themselves if that's what they want, if they don't want to, if they have the space to do it. But mainly is the aim of this consultancy is that experts who don't have the means, the economic means to hire like a peer agency, or they are going to be able just to hire somebody who is capable of writing press release and sending and getting in touch. That's not strategy, that execution. What I'm trying to do with this consultancy is helping these content creators and experts from a point of view which is not PR, but in the sense of like a bridge between what they need and how a journalist would like to be approached somehow, and knowing how are the dynamics of journalists in newsrooms, and so it is a system again, and I've been working trying to structure it, because the thing that I also mentioned in the first video, and I remark again in this video, is it is not that I don't have the knowledge, it's not that I don't know how to do the things, it's just that I don't know the structure. Like, I need to put all that knowledge into a system, a structure that can be tested, can give results. I spoke with somebody who could be a potential client last week, and he actually told me, it was rather confusing because he didn't know anything about journalism and public relations, but he knows about how to create systems and packages and products, and at the end of the conversation he told me, I can totally see this being like a package or a product that you use, like that you offer. And I was like, good. Thank you, thank you for validating something, because at that time when I was in that call, I was like, well, the first session is going to be about this, and the second session is going to be about this, and the third is going to be about this. But then I was like, do I really need you in the second or the third session, or is work that I have to do by myself? So it was really, really nice that he could validate that. And yes, this my idea is to finish this by Sunday, but if I'm being honest, maybe it's not gonna be possible by Sunday, just because I am trying to not make it perfect, because I think this is just designing my first service and product. But I want that the person who decides to invest with me takes with him or with her the best value possible, and that ends up the consultancy knowing how he or she can position it himself or herself in front of the media. And if that person wants to hire somebody to write press releases and manage like the contact with journalists, that person isn't gonna know if the person that he or she is hiring is doing it right or wrong, or what level of that kind of execution is needed, because not everyone needs that execution, or not everyone wants to have it. You can, if you are a big company in health, you are gonna have a big volume, normally a big volume of press releases, for example. But if you want to position yourself as an expert, you don't need as much press releases as to monitor and have like a calendar of things that are going to be published, and being able to react and being able to just send an email to the journalist and say, hey, I'm here, I'm an expert in this topic, or in this report that has been just published, and I will be happy to talk with you about this, you know. So it is different. But until you don't finish the consultancy with me, you don't know. I don't know. You don't know, like the client doesn't know, but I don't know either what you are gonna need, you know. And that is essentially my first product. I know this product is kind of like a one thing, and it means that for me, in order to kind of survive economically, I need to have recurring customers and clients. But at the moment, I'm only focusing on this. This is the first step, the first baby step, and I don't want to be already in the second, third, fourth level when I need to focus on put this service and product out there and getting clients first, you know. And this for me is somehow I'm aimed for this to be like my base income, like I would say what it would substitute my 9 to 5 somehow.